Potato rent seekers. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heiser here and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. Now a few days ago, I did a video about the Potato Marketing Board in Western Australia. You know, that organisation that had the power to search your vehicle if they suspected you had 50 kilograms of potatoes? And how they took a potato farmer to court to stop him from growing potatoes because they had to control the market. Now, I see this group completely as rent seekers, just trying to take advantage of the political situation to get money, wealth, and power while actually contributing nothing to the economy or to society. And a viewer posted this article in that video. So let's have a read through that and let me know what you think in the comments. Are these people, do they sound like rent seekers that are not really contributing anything? Because that bloody well sounds like it to me. So the Triple C claims Potato Marketing Corporation executive abused power to reap big payouts. So the closure of WA's controversial potato regulator was plagued by the serious misconduct of senior bureaucrats who abused their power, according to the WA's corruption watchdog, with the former head of the agency accused of conspiring to misuse public funds for his own benefit. Well, is anyone surprised? Is anyone surprised? A scathing report by the Corruption and Crime Commission, Triple C, tabled to WA Parliament made serious allegations of misconduct against former Potato Marketing Corporation Chief Executive Peter Evans and another government staffer relating to, in part, to the agency's closure and legal action against prominent WA potato grower, Tony Galati, the owner of Spud Shed chain of food markets. The report also accused former Department of Primary Industries and Regional Development senior staffer Felicity Heffernan of falsifying records and deceit, resulting in significant unauthorized expenditure of public funds in defiance of cabinet decisions. So, redundancy process abused. The Triple C claimed Miss Heffernan concocted a sham agreement to circumvent a state government hiring freeze and assisted Mr. Evans to draw down funds set aside for the PMC's closure for his own benefit, a claim which she has strongly denied. Between them, Miss Heffernan and Mr. Evans brought about a situation where Mr. Evans was, in effect, paid a full redundancy, then immediately hired as a consultant, the Triple C report stated. Well, there you go. The Triple C said prosecution of Miss Heffernan should be considered when Regional Development Minister Alana McTernan said she was seeking advice on recovering public funds. Mr. Evans received a $400,000 redundancy. $400,000. 400 grand. A decision the Triple C labelled as questionable. Why do you need 400? Why is a public servant getting paid that much? Why? To manage potatoes. Potatoes. So, before signing a purported engagement letter, while still in the role, committing the state to pay him a further $95,000 in public funds for consultancy work relating to the government's legal action against Mr. Galati. Bloody hell. The government had previously rejected a request of $450,000 to deal with the litigation against Mr. Gelati over breaches of potato growing quotas. Quotas to grow potatoes. I'm still just disgusted that this exists. You know? Poor old Tony. People just said in the comments he ended up giving it away. What a FU. What a FU to the bloody bureaucrats. I love it. It's kind of Rick and Morty shooting the robot bugs. The engagement letter falsely left the impression that legal firm Cott Gunning was involved in the engagement of Mr. Evans when it had no idea, the report stated. The extent of work actually performed by Mr. Evans remains unclear. Miss Heffernan intentionally misled auditors, and Mr. Evans enabled her to do so in an effort to justify payments to him, the CCC found. She also circumvented a hiring freeze to rehire DPIRD employee, including by directing that worker to backdate an engagement letter to facilitate payments in excess of $100,000. Boy, this all sounds above board and normal. You do that in businesses, don't you? I mean, come on, guys. This is the problem. This is, socialism right here. Government bureaucrats to efficiently run the system, to manage the economy, centrally planning things. It's all a load of BS. CCC's findings manifestly inaccurate. Heffernan. In a statement, Ms. Heffernan said she would complain to the parliamentary inspector about the CCC's manifestly inaccurate findings against her. So she just fired, organized someone getting fired, then hired right back because it was needed. That's incompetence. That's even worse. Well, okay, in your opinion, what is worse? Gross incompetence or corruption? Let me know in the comments, guys. What would you find more disgusting? Do our civil servants, do they need to have a time span on their maximum capacity in that job? Should it be a rolling job? Or, we don't even need this department. There's so many of these people that are really not adding anything to the economy. Any suggestion, deliberate or accidental, that I had anything to do with Mr. Evans' redundancy is absurd, and the CCC has evidence that confirms it is absurd, she said. Ms. Heffernan also said many senior bureaucrats and politicians knew about the approach the PMC board intended to take, but no one took any real steps to stop it paying Mr. Evans the separation payments it had resolved to pay. It is unclear why the CCC failed to mention that a much wider group of people knew about the proposed termination agreements and failed to act on it, she said. Ms. Heffernan said she provided the corruption watchdog with the relevant documentation showing how the events unfolded. So the conduct was extremely serious. The CCC also stated in its report that Ms. Heffernan had resigned during an investigation into her conduct without consequence. CCC Commissioner John McKenzie, said it was a real issue that people could resign from unresolved investigations, then apply for re-employment elsewhere within the public sector without being... What? Hang on. So she quit her job in the middle of an investigation, and then she could just get another job in the public sector. Why didn't I just go down that path? I know, because working in the public sector would have killed me. Oh, wow. That's insane. It's an issue we've asked the Public Sector Commission to give consideration to, he said. He described Ms. Heffernan conduct as extremely serious. She was a senior public officer, and she seriously abused that power, he said. Ms. McCreen said she first became aware of suspicious circumstances in 2017. The conduct outlined in this report is completely unacceptable, she said. We're seeking the State Solicitor's Office's advice on the next step in potential prosecutions and in recovering of public funds. And this was from the 5th of July this year. So this is something I intend to keep an eye on. Okay, I was frustrated when I discovered, poor potato farmer couldn't grow potatoes. But now it looks like the organization was a bunch of rent seekers. So, key points. The CEO of the potato regulator. Potato regulator. They licensed people to grow potatoes. They could tell you what you could grow and what you couldn't grow. They could stop your car and search it if they suspected you had 50 kilograms of potatoes. This is like something you'd expect out of Papers, Please or the Soviet Union. Not bloody Australia. It's potatoes. So, the CEO of the potato regulator, Peter Evans, was given a $400,000 redundancy. How the hell is a job in a potato regulator? What technical skills do you have to have there? How is that nearly $500,000? Can someone explain to me how that job is that valuable? He was then kept on in the role and paid a further $95,000. The commissioner said this amounted to a serious abuse of power. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments, because I think it's pretty bloody clear what I think. Like, share, and subscribe. eat some potatoes tonight, and I'll see you later.